Hello, Steve White, Trick White 89 for Steve Arts 89. I'm going through all the actors and that I've met from Star Trek at all the conventions and stuff. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, going back over all these experiences and that. Now we're up to Marina Sirtis. Now Marina Sirtis, there's an importance to for me because I had some very bad experiences my first year of uni, and I really wasn't interacting with the world. I was very much isolating myself and was not well. And two of the things I missed that I really regretted was Marina Sirtis came to Melbourne to promote something Star Trek, and she was at, I think it was an expo of Star Trek memorabilia that they had like things from the set and stuff like that. And I didn't go to that because I just couldn't. I couldn't do stuff. I was very. I wasn't well at the time. I had some bad things happen, and I didn't go to that. But I always felt like I could see, Star Trek sets and stuff like that and props and stuff at other things, but I really regretted missing her because I really wanted to meet her because I loved Deanna Troi on The Next Generation. She was one of my favourite characters. And the other thing I missed was Madonna. They had Madame Tussauds, her at Madame Tussauds, and I missed that, the local one, because they had a Madame Tussauds. We don't have one in Melbourne, but they had like a visiting one that stayed for, and I missed that. So I really regretted missing them, and I always wish she'd come back. And when she came back, I'm like, I'm going to see her, and it's going to make up for missing her before, because it really was something that bothered me that I'd missed out on that because of these experiences that I'd had. So I actually met her out the front of the building because she was smoking out the front. And she was standing there smoking with one of the people that I knew who ran the conventions, because the people who ran the conventions were the people who went to the fan clubs, and I was very active in the fan clubs and the conventions and that. So I kind of knew everyone. And then she was standing smoking, and I was like, oh, I went in. And then she did, the Q&As and photograph sessions. I got a photograph of her. She looked wonderful. She looked very sincere and kind of cute. I think our colours kind of matched and we looked really good. But when I met her, because I wanted to tell her this story, and I wanted to tell her more than I'm going to say in this video. I really wanted to tell her why I was messed up, what and how much it upset me that I'm missing her, and how much it means to see her now, and it almost like erased that experience. And I was trying to explain this to her, and she just looked at me like, why are you telling me this? Mate, I don't care. Get your autograph and move on. And if you've met her, that's what she's like in person. She's like one of those, like, whenever I see her, I think of her like she's at like a soccer rally and she's about to like riot with other people or something. She's just got this, I don't know what they call it in Britain, but I think in Australia you kind of call it bogan. She's just a bit rough, and she just doesn't have that sensitivity or anything that that Deanna has. And I know people aren't their characters, but she just was really like cold. And I've seen her, and I think it's a bit of misandry. I think it's a bit of sexism, because I've seen her in conventions where some female fan has told her something about your character helped me and meant a lot to me, and she's been very, very nice to them. And I've seen her like be very nice to fans who sort of had told her some intimate story or whatever. But for me, she was just looking at me like, get your autograph, move on. She was just really cold, and I was like, okay, I still met her. I kind of erased that time where I missed her and that, and so, but yeah, that was just really. And the embarrassing part was she was one of the people that I knew was sitting next to her, and they saw this, and they were like, oh my god, because they sort of knew what I was trying to say, and she's just like, move on, next. So there was. Yeah, I still loved meeting her because it was still Marina, and I've seen her a lot of conventions now, and I kind of get her sense of humour, and I get what she's like, and she is a bit rough, but she's not as cold as I thought, but it just came off that way. So I'm not sure if it was how I just interpreted her and how I perceived her, or if maybe she was having a bad day or something about me she didn't like. But yeah, I pretty much got the cold. Next. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. What do you think of Marina? I know she's a bit of a fan favourite. People love, because when she thought she was done with Next Gen before Picard, she was trashing the show and just saying, I've got no NDAs and these people are never going to employ me again. I can say all the crap they did to me, all the times because they were horrible to her. When she was negotiating her contracts for like Nemesis, they were like, well, we can just get rid of you and bring in Jerry Ryan. We don't need you. You're not that hot. And just they treated her really bad, and she had a lot of stories about stuff like that. And I was kind of proud that she was telling them, sticking it to Paramount. Now she's working for him again, so that's got to be interesting. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.